Monster RX93.1 presents The Morning Rush. The Morning Rush, the country's favorite morning program on FM radio. Music, laughs, all the hot tea, and the hilarious top 10. Your hosts, Chico, Hazel, Markki, and Rica. The Morning Rush.
Are you ever called upon to coach some of the aspiring queens because you've been so successful at it?
I'm never called upon naman. But when I was reigning in New York, sometimes the contestants would come through the offices of Miss Universe in New York, and I would ask if I could, just chat with them. And even all the girls that I get to meet who are going through pageant systems, I really look for moments that I can sit down with them one-on-one or in a group and just speak with them, because I feel I didn't really get that opportunity as a candidate, and I want to kind of make it feel like a Miss Universe may be up here, but it doesn't affect who the person is. We're all women who have a dream naman. And I hope that you could be guided by someone who knows exactly what you're feeling, because it's quite interesting to be in a pageant because not many people can relate. People think, oh, you just go on stage and you walk from A to B, how hard is it gonna be? Why are you nervous about that? No, you speak for 30 seconds. Wow, big deal. What can be so difficult about it? Not many people understand the pressure that comes with it. I feel like being able to speak to girls who are going through it, it's a very comforting conversation to have with them, because then they kind of feel like, okay, someone else knows what I'm going through, kind of thing.
We heard that you're taking Tagalog lessons. How's that going?
It's a slow process.
Can we give you a little exam?
Go.
So pretend this is like Miss Universe, but you have to answer in Tagalog, okay? So
eloquent language, no?
So we'll give you a very easy question just to see how you're going with your Tagalog. So let's say, okay, Miss Philippines. You have to answer in Tagalog, ano ang... Oh no, I don't know the Tagalog of the word. Ano ba yung essence? Tagalog.
It's such a difficult word to translate.
I know, right?
Essence in Tagalog, let me check.
Ano ang esensyo ng isang babae?
Maraming salamat sa tanong yan.
Walang anuman?
Well, conversation hindi ko. Yung essence na isang babae, hindi depende sa status niya or sa trabaho niya. Depende sa mahalaga niya as a person, or as paano na yan?
It's cute.
When I grew up, my mom never spoke to me in Tagalog. So when I started to learn, it was actually when I moved here and I lived alone. So I wasn't really forced to learn, and everyone spoke to me in English kasi mukhang foreigner naman ako. So yun ang excuse ko.
My
Pero
gosh,
magaling! Malapit na!
Magaling!
Yes.
Quinty Frances, galing na mag-Tagalog.
Thank you!
Apparently, essence in Tagalog is kakanyahan.
Kakanyahan. Wow, okay.
Kakanyahan.
Wow, lesson of the kakanyahan.
Or
Hindi essence.
kahalagahan.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Purely hypothetical. So, you love doing pageants, but you love music and you love singing. So what if somebody, an angel comes along and says, okay, Kat, you have a choice. We will rewind your life, and I'm giving you a choice. You will either be Miss Universe or you will win a Grammy. Which will you choose?
Interesting. I would still choose to be
Miss Universe still.
Miss Universe. Okay, because
One of my life's passions naman, yes. I have a love for music, and I don't know why I do. Just ever since I was a little girl, I have it. But I feel like the reason that I connect to music so much is because I love that when you listen to something, it makes you feel. That's like the thing that I love about music. Like, I love being able to feel something when I hear something. And I feel that's very much what you do when you connect to people as a spokesperson. And I feel like for music, everyone has their taste, no? Even though music is a universal language, there are some people who don't even listen to the lyrics. Or some people who are like, oh, that's nice. And then kind of just, but I feel like when you're able to speak to crowds of people, you're able to connect to different ages and different cultures. It's a Miss Universe, so I would choose that.
so after you won Miss Universe, you got to meet a lot of people. Regular people, celebrities. What was the most memorable interaction with somebody that you were starstruck with? Like with a celebrity who turned out you met, or who knows you, or you had a chat with. Can you share it with us?
It's so funny and probably so predictable from people who have seen my other interviews, but I was really starstruck with Neo when he performed at Miss Universe. Like, I'm such a fan, and I don't fangirl over many people, and usually they're musicians, and I grew up listening to his music. So when I even found out that he would be performing, like, I screamed in my house. And then when he was there, like, I was so nervous at the top of the question, one, because I didn't say a lot because of the question topic, but also because I was like, if I don't make it to the next round, I don't get to walk with Neo.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't get so sick, right?
Or men.
So what's next for you? A lot of doors have opened for you. We just adore you. The entire nation adores you, and you can basically do whatever you want. So, what's next for you? What do you want to do as the next step for you after Miss Universe?
I want to continue being a spokesperson. I really, really enjoy it. I really love being able to speak to different people, to educate different people, to bring awareness for different people. Like, it's such a fulfilling job. And as an individual, not even as a title holder anymore, because I don't have to do it anymore. It's not necessarily my job, but it's just something that really gives me fulfillment. And other than that, I really want to pursue my music and see where it takes me. I don't know. I know I have a lot to learn and a whole lot more to progress and to be mentored. But I have a love for it, and I don't know why. And I feel like when you have a love for something, it's kind of there for a reason. So, yun.
That's nice. That's nice. If you could talk.
I just have a question. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I just have a question. So I think that somebody made a song about you. How'd that make you feel? Catriona song.
It was so strange. The way I found out about it, I kept being tagged on Twitter, and then it's like Catriona song, Catriona song, Catriona song, and I was like, ano ba to? And then it wasn't even Mateos, the singer. I didn't even see his version first. I saw all the TikToks because I was just being tagged in them all because it became a dance craze. It was so crazy to see how it blew up, and like. The memory that I love most associated with that is I went to Young Focus in Tondo for a visit, and all the kids, like 4 years old up to teens, they knew all the lyrics and all the dance moves, and I was like, wow. But yeah, it was really cool.
Your part of you is very Filipino and part of you is very Australian. What would you say is the most Filipino about you, and what is the most Australian about you?
Most Australian about me would be that I'm very laid back. I don't get uptight that often. I'm usually just like the chill, no worries, it'll be fine type of attitude, which I is with a lot of Australians. And then Filipino, I think my laugh, I've been told the way that I laugh is very Filipino, as in like you don't have any restrictions. Because
That's
it's
true.
definitely from the other side of the family, the way that I laugh. Yun.
And you know what?
The best
Catriona,
way to laugh is just to, let go of everything.
All right.
we have
How about food? What is your favorite like
Filipino food?
dish? Yeah.
Oh, Filipino food, sinigang, turon.
Ooh, yum.
Ron. Yum yum.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah, I really miss my mom's cooking though. It's like my mom's sinigang though. You know, like when it's your mom's cooking, parang iba. It's
Right.
So comforting.
Have you
And I
tried?
I
Have you
don't
tried replicating it?
I have, and it's never the same. I think that maybe just
It's never the same.
it, parang it just makes it like the experience is different. Ewan ko.
You know what? We have a little message from one of our jocks over at RX. JC Tevez just wanted us to tell you, it's not a question, it's more like a statement. Please tell Catriona, I love her. So
Stacy.
he's one of our jocks. He goes on board in the
Yeah.
afternoon. So
He's in the evening.
in the evening, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
he's so kilig.
Thank you.
You know, like what was the most quotable thing ever said to you by a fellow contestant when you were in Miss Universe? Something that you'll never forget.
Ooh, I don't know.
Maybe they had a comment, or they had something that they told you that stuck with you, or you never forgot, or maybe it was a sweet thing that they could say, or something interesting.
It was really, really simple, but it stands out in my memory because usually when we go there, like we only know each other country, like because we're so many. We're in my batch we were 95, so and we only have certain groups. So you get to know your roommate and whoever's under the same chaperone, which is about 6 girls, and the rest is just floating around with events. But I was really, it made me feel like
Wow.
like I remembered when so many, like not so many, but like a good handful of girls approached me by name. And that was just really very heartwarming siya. Because like, even though we're at a competition and you all know each other by countries, parang being on first name basis is so simple, no? But like, it meant a lot. It was like one of my first impressions to the competition. So that was really nice.
Here's a funny one. Christian Clemente says, sweetest and craziest thing a fan did to you or for you.
Oh, when I was competing in Thailand, this is so sweet. I had fans that I had never met and that were based in Thailand. They were saying, if you need anything, if you're craving any snacks or if you need a repair on a dress, please let us know and we will do it for you. You know, I was really touched by that because it's like, you know, these are the supporters that don't really know you personally, but their love and support for you is at that level that they're willing to go out of their way. No, so yeah, that was a moment that stands out for me. The fans are amazing. And like one of my most defining moments of like my whole year is really the support from the fans.
How about craziest? So you said the
Crazy.
sweetest. Craziest.
Like a good
Seems like a
crazy?
lot.
Any,
It's up to you.
Up to you.
I really love this. When I did my homecoming parade, there was a fan who had recreated my whole national costume, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I had a big parol behind me, and then a beaded leg, and then with boots. They had recreated it with cardboard and paint, and they had gotten all the patterns, and they even memorized the dance and everything. I thought that was really cool.
Wow.
that's nice.
The
what about-
effort.
You know, I'm pretty sure you get so many things online. How do you handle bashers, haters? Do you block them?
Do you block?
Do you
Yeah.
address them? Do you just ignore them? What's your strategy?
Yeah, it's really easy for people to say, hey, have a thick skin, it's the nature of your job. You just have to get used to it. But at the end of the day, too, you're also human and words hurt. And there are days where I can just brush it off. And then there are other days when it does hurt, when I do get affected. So I do block if it's on my page and I come across it. But I don't actively seek it out, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I like to respond to people who have commented, or if I've asked for suggestions, I'll read through what people are suggesting, and if I come across them, I will block them because I feel like it's a very powerful thing to do because you their power in an instant, and then it's really just a lot of it is also kind of reinforcing that positive self-talk because in a position like being a public figure, it's very easy to fall into the trap of needing to be validated constantly by other people because the nature of our work is built on that in a way. But also it's really important to have a true sense of self to I'm not great at these things, but I'm also great at these things. I have these weaknesses and then I have these strengths, and getting to know yourself so that when people come at you with insults or bullying, you kind of know what you can let slide off your back and what to take as criticism and what to say like, okay, that's just not right. It hurts. It's okay to be hurt, but that person's opinion doesn't define me.
Matter,
Speaking of social media, which one do you check the most?
Instagram and Facebook.
Oh.
I use Twitter or TikTok. Okay.
Oh,
I
Preach.
Yeah,
I don't either.
look yet.
Well, your first
curious.
TikTok being the Catriona dance craze.
I know, right?
Only way to do it.
I'm just curious, was there ever a chance for all four Mrs. Universe to be in one place? Has that ever happened? Like to have Margie Moran, Gloria Diaz, Pia Wurtzbach, and Catriona Gray in one event? Has that ever happened?
Happened yet, but like what? That would be amazing. I would want to frame that picture.
That would be amazing to see all four of you, and it's like the best of the best, and that would be something else. I wish that would happen sometime in the future. Whoever's out there, let's make that happen.
Would love
Let us do it.
What happened to Rica?
Rica just disappeared.
She's rebooting her router or something.
Oh, okay.
It's just internet nowadays is getting a little bit out of whack.
been finding it. I mean, your work, you've always obviously been on air, but now having to go to work in your home, what is it like?
Well,
Wow.
this is what we're trying to do.
It's the same, but not really. You know what I mean?
It's actually been interesting because we have been able to guest a few of the most amazing people, such as yourself. We even had Haley Steinfeld last week. We had Pia yesterday. And, you guys have been very busy in your lives outside of quarantine. But now we're able to have you, and we're just so thankful that you said yes. So thank you so much.
And starstruck.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I must admit, this is one of the most difficult interviews only because I forget that I'm one of the hosts and I'm just watching you talk and I'm just starstruck and I end up just watching and I'm like, oh, I'm part of the show.
By Catriona.
It's so difficult because I'm like, can you guys just ask the questions? I just want to listen to her all day long.
Aww. It's been so much
Yeah.
fun. Thank you so much for having me. I think so just to have these conversations, because I'm sure there's so many people like sitting in their homes like feeling unsure, like they do have anxiety or they are experiencing negativity on social media or they don't know how they can help, like so many different things. And I feel like, yeah, just listen to like your guys' stories and the people that you feature, like it just makes us feel like we're not alone in this. Not all our situations are the same, but we're facing the same thing. So
And
I
you know
think
what?
yeah.
We heard that you were very busy right now with a lot of fundraisers, and you've been like super busy the entire quarantine. Would you like to tell us about some of them that you would like to, tell all of our listeners right now?
Yes, my main initiative is a partnership with Young Focus. So we're feeding families that are in the Smoky Mountain area of Manila. A lot of these families, they work on a day-by-day basis. They don't have the opportunity to save up. So with a crisis such as this, where everyone is required to stay home and work has also their income has stopped. So we have so many families who are going hungry. There's a lot of uncertainty and fear because they don't know where their next meal is coming from. So for $11 or 550 pesos, you can support the family by giving them a 15-kilogram bag of rice. And if you'd like to donate, it's at www.youngfocus.org/rice. All the info's on my social media if you guys are interested. And also, we just did a relief operation because sadly, too, earlier last week on Tuesday, 500 people were displaced in the second fire in a week in Tondo, in the area. And so you imagine it's already the crisis that they're facing with this pandemic and the uncertainty of not knowing how to feed their family. And then they've lost all of their belongings and all their home. So we've been able to give them relief in giving them food. I've had a lot of my brand families that have been very generous. We've had donations of soap, of hygiene kits, of slippers, and then I've myself donated face masks, thermoses, medicines, just to really help them out because I can't imagine what it must be like to go through that with your children, to not really know where to go. You don't have a home, you're meant to stay inside, but what do you do? So yun, as to date, we've raised enough for 60,000 kilograms of rice.
Wow.
Raised about $44,000 worth. And we're still continuing the efforts because every 10 days we replenish these families that we distribute to. So it's a sustainable project. We want to aid these families and see them through to the end of the quarantine. So if anyone could help, any little bit helps when we all come together. And that's what I really
Oh my gosh.
Groundfocus.org/rice. Thank you.
You know what? I just have one final question on my end. Kat, can we have you on the show every day until forever?
I second the motion.
Yes, please.
Yeah, third.
Nasanayan na.
Seven. I really hope, but on a serious note, we're doing this via Facebook Live, but we hope we can have you in the booth when all of this is over, and when we're acting.
And then we would just listen to you.
If we ever have you in the booth, we will reenact how we were when you won. Like we would show you.
We will totally reenact. And we're also really excited for your book. That's gonna come out, and your new music. So if you want to promote that, or you want to, come in and
Please,
tell us more about it.
Yes, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm expecting coffee and wine glasses, huh?
Oh,
That's what
yes,
for
we
sure.
will. We'll have champagne flutes and coffee.
And most of all, the main reason that we're inviting you to the booth is for selfish reasons. I want a photo with you. So I'm just so starstruck. So, but hey, Kat, I'm pretty sure a lot of your fans are just wanting to hear a message from you. So would you like to address all of your fans just listening to you and just enjoying every minute of you joining us this morning?
Yes, to all of everyone who has tuned in this morning on the Morning Rush. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for all the support and everything that I've been doing. I really implore you to just take this time for yourself, to always pray. And in any small way, let's create our own silver linings together. If you can do just an even small contribution to even a neighbor, someone across the street, check in on a family member, check in on a friend. It doesn't have to be monetary value if that's something you can't give. But just doing small things. This is how we're going to lift everyone up, is if we all do it together. And just, this too will pass. And we will beat this, and I hope that going forward we will never forget the things that we learned during this time. I hope that we will continue to support local, support the livelihoods of our fellow Filipinos, and also just know the value of family, to know the value of good health, to know the value of going out to your favorite coffee shop and, enjoying community, enjoying human interaction, because that's the beauty of being human, is to be connected. And so just stay strong wherever you are, even if you're in the Philippines or outside the Philippines. We're all in this together, and I'm praying for you all.
Oh, that's so
Aw.
sweet. And just three things. Number one, we love you. Number two, we love you. And number three, as you mentioned, we love you. So,
We love you.
we love you. Thank you
We love you. Thank you so
joining
much.
us. And we can't wait to see you again. We really hope this is just the first, and that we will encounter you again and talk to you again. And
I would love
we enjoyed every minute of it. So thank you very much.
Thank you
Catriona.
so much, Catriona.
Thank you,
Thank you
Kat.
so much. Keep safe.
Please keep safe, stay healthy, sending love to your family, and have a great, restful time. Watch a lot of Netflix, because this is the time for you to really rest before quarantine ends.
And
I
you are
hope-
our silver lining.
You are.
the good
Thank
work that
you.
you putting out positivity out there for all of us. Thank you so much.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Catriona Gray. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
The Morning Rush. The Morning Rush. The landmark morning radio program on Philippine FM Radio. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards for Best Radio Comedy Program. Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Manila's hottest Monster RX 93.1.